Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. I'm here today to do some book reviews for you. These two books come out or have come out in May. I have done my written reviews. I just haven't managed to get around to doing my video reviews. So I want to get them out there so that you can sort of, as well as reading them, and maybe as I chat about them, you might sort of think, oh yeah, I really fancy picking these up. So I will use the same format as having the short introduction, then a picture of the first book, the review, picture of the second book, review, and that'll be the end of the video. But yeah, I hope you enjoy my book reviews, and let's get on with it. Okay, book number one was Whisked into the Billionaires World by Nina Singh. This was published on the 12th of May, and I very kindly got a review of this from NetGalley and from Mills and Boon, so thank you very much, and obviously to Nina herself. This was my first Nina Singh, and it will not be my last. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way she writes. I liked her characters. I liked the plot development. So we meet Clary, who has her dream job as a hotel manager in this quite prestigious hotel. And everything's going really, really well. She's helping with the kids' activity club, and she really does enjoy her job. There's one sticking point, and that is this very important upcoming marriage. And the bride gets drunk one night and says a few things that kind of set the alarm bells off for Clary, and she's like, do I say anything, do I not? And she sort of speaks to one of her friends who also works there, and the friend's like, don't know, are you really going to do it? And she goes, yeah, I think I have to. And there's this meeting between the bride, the groom, the bride's mother, the groom's brother, and like the other sort of like the caterer and all of this. And Clary goes into the meeting and goes, I don't think this marriage should go ahead, and explains why. And basically she's chucked out the room. And obviously the bride storms out, the bride's mother storms out, they go and see the manager, who basically, as Clary expected, she loses her job, but she feels she's done the right thing. However, the groom's brother, Dex, comes to her a day later as she's clearing her things out of her office, and goes, I've got a proposition for you. And she's like, okay, he's like, let's go for a walk, I'll explain it to you. So he does, and the proposal is that he is going to be looking after his brother's daughter, and he wants Clary as the nanny just now, the nanny for her. And Clary obviously she's got nothing to lose. She goes, yeah, okay, fine, I'll do it. Some misgivings about it. I'll fill in until you find somebody who is more suitable, etc. But as Clary and Dex spend time together with his niece, and just the two of them as well, they begin to develop feelings for each other. But these feelings, are they just because they're both so concentrated or she's so concentrated looking after his niece, and he is, he's basically job orientated, he is work, but she begins to pull him out of that work as everything sort of cycle, and begins to show him that there is more to life. Can they make this relationship work, and do they want to make the relationship work? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good story. I liked the plot line. I really liked the characters. I liked the development of both characters and the growth from the characters. I thought the niece was just a cute little thing. She was just such a cute wee character. I really, really liked her. And yeah, as I say, my first book by Nina Singh, and it won't be my last. So now let's talk about The Way of Hope by Eliana West, which was published on the 24th of May. I would like to thank Thule Publishing for an e-arc of this book. I really, really enjoyed it. The plot line was, for me, was so gripping. I was actually I was like, come on, let's carry on. I wanted to read it. I could have read this in one sitting. So we meet Rhett Colton. Now, Rhett has been an FBI agent, and for the last 2 years has been undercover with there was definitely a drug ring involved. There was also from what you could read in between the lines, there was also like almost like white supremacy as well. And he's been really badly damaged by this. I mean, the poor man is PTSD, and he really is struggling. But he comes back to his hometown. You know, they obviously now know why for the last 2 years he's been acting the way he's acting. But he is finding it very, very hard to adjust to being back in his own, you know, his hometown, sorry, as himself. And he finds it really hard when people come up to him and say thank you for all you've done, etc., etc. And it doesn't sit comfortably with him. And while he was undercover, he adopted this puppy called Rebel, and this dog is beautiful. It's such a lovely dog, you know, very attuned to Rhett's emotions, and it's just there for him. He gives him unconditional love, and that is something that Rhett needs. But as part of Rhett's not rehabilitation, but as part of his job now that he's no longer undercover, he has to go to DC to talk to various Senate committees and things like this about, you know, the drug circle and everything that happened within the last 2 years, to try, I think, and to help change policy. While he's away, he asks the local vet, Jasmine, if she will look after Rebel for him. Now, Jasmine has just come to the local vet practice. She's opened it up, and she is not struggling, but she's very aware that because she's a female, people are like, can you actually do the job of big farm animals, etc. So she's meeting some resistance within the community, but she is beginning to make friends within the community, and people are accepting her and saying, you know, we really like what you're doing. So as I say, she agrees to board Rebel, but as part of the agreement, it's like herself and Rhett agree that she will phone, or he will phone every night just to find out how Rebel is. And as they progress through these phone calls, and she is able to calm him down and make him see that life is not as terrible as it was while he was undercover. She doesn't brush what he did aside. She understands it, and she tries to help him work his way through it, which I thought was really, really good. So when he comes back from DC, they're like, do we don't we have trying a relationship? And Rhett finds it very hard to ask for help, and that's one thing that she struggles with, in that she wants him to be asking for more help to do various things. Like, he wants to do up his grandfather's cabin, which meant so much to him and his granddad, but he's too scared to ask people to help, and he's like so scared of his own memories that he won't actually go into the cabin itself and things like this. So you're getting both sides of the story, which I thought was really well done. I loved the characters. I liked the small town setting. And this is part of a series. I think this is the fourth in their series. There are books above this, or before this one. You don't have to have read them to actually read this one, which I thought was really, really good. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and I will definitely be picking up the rest in this series, because I think there's a nice charm about them, but it doesn't. There are gritty topics discussed that are done in a really, really good way. So friends, that's the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed my book reviews. Please let me know down below. Have you read either of them? Are they maybe ones that you'll now think of picking up? I would really like to know. But whatever you do, friends, until my next video, stay safe and happy reading. Bye!